And hello, welcome to Solo Playthroughs. We are going to Shades of Tezla for the third scenario in the Shades of Tezla expansion of Mage Knight. Now, the rules for the third scenario are not quite as chock full of little traps here and there. I say traps, I just mean little nuance, right? I had some troubles in getting the Realm of the Dead on the channel. Made a couple mistakes, played awfully on top of that, so I guess that was a good thing because it gave me a second reason to have to refilm that and make sure we got the rules correct for Solo Playthroughs land. And now we're going to go to the Hidden Valley. So, story time with Greg. Rumors have reached the council of an Elementalist High Priestess who is gathering forces. However, all of the rumors tell of a long hidden valley only spoken about in legend. Even the Council of the Void have been unable to find it. Clearly, there is powerful magic at work. You must locate this hidden valley and defeat the priestess before her threat becomes too great. All right, that is our mission. I don't know who we're I don't know who we're doing it with yet, but we shall find out. Setup is similar to the Realm of the Dead, except we don't have to worry about magical glades, non-magical glades, no graveyards, none of the Dark Crusader forces. Instead, we have the Elementalist faction, clearly the minions and underlings of the High Priestess, who is threatening the land with a magic before heretofore unseen. I don't know why I'm reaching for a die. Habit, we're getting 5 of these countryside tiles. That's it. We have the White City. We have the Green City. The Green City is friendly, and we need one more core tile. And that will be it. So pretty straightforward. I'm going to drop things. Let me roll. There's 6 of these tiles here. I rolled a deuce. That's 2 for anyone who doesn't know what deuce means yet. And if you don't know what deuce means, get out from behind the rock, sir. All right, I'm going to roll the dice again. 3, 4. Bam, bam. These go on top. And here is our measly little deck of 8 terrain tiles. So the, again, blitz-like scenario, we only have 2 days and 2 nights, and there is a relatively small terrain deck. These are the Elementalist faction tokens. Again, there are 12 of them, 6 types, 2 of each. They can be helpful. I do find the ones for the Dark Crusader faction a little bit more helpful. Here is our High Priestess wheel herself. She will be at a level 4, which isn't that bad. I mean, ultimately, we are looking to be able to go in with an attack of 16. If we can do an attack of 16, we can wipe her out in 1 turn. Now, I will say that the Elementalist faction tokens do make beating the High Priestess in 1 turn a little bit more difficult, that you will likely find yourself having to take down some of the garrison because of that defense mechanic that they have, especially those elven protectors, I think is what they're called. They can be pretty vicious because they do provide extra shield to the first enemy you attack. So if that first enemy you attack is the High Priestess, well, now good luck. You've just made your life a whole lot harder. All right, I am shuffling the artifact deck. Put this here. Going to shuffle the spell deck. Going to shuffle the advanced action deck. And then we just need to get our player, our hero, and our dummy player, and we can start rocking and rolling. So I'm not going to do Norowas. Norowas was the poor slob that had to come behind me in my second attempt at the Realm of the Dead. So we're going to be anyone but him. And actually, I have already filmed a blitz scenario. If only I can remember who the heck I was in that. I really don't remember. Oh, I was Wolfhawk. So I will not be Wolfhawk either. All right, so any of the other 5, they are to my left in the order of Tovak, Arethia, Goldix, Bravelaw, Krang. I rolled a 5. Krang. We can't get enough of him. He's just got the limelight on my channel and does not want to give it up, folks. That's just how those Orc Shamans are. All right, so there are his little shields. Krang's like, who you calling little? Yeah, your shields, dude. You're good. Deal with it. And now we need that. That's our first command token. I'm going to roll again. I'll use any of these 6 for the dummy player. Again, so Norwas, Tovak, Arethia, Wolfhawk, Goldix, Bravelar. I rolled a 3. We will have Arethia skills, and I will not complain about that. All right, the competitive skill and the cooperative skill have some discoloration problems, so I will have the competitive skill in play. If it comes out, I will sub it out for the cooperative skill. Cooperative skills again came with the Lost Legion expansion. We have Arethia's turn order token, and these are the 10 skills that we will have for Arethia's skill deck. So that, we'll cut those, that is done. Here is her little thing, and I'm going to need 2 shields from Arethia, and I'll put one on the green city, which I have off the screen to the right. I'm going to roll, set the source to get this out of my way. We got a black, 2 whites, and a blue. I'm going to shuffle up the units. I do keep my units in opaque sleeves. The regular units are in blue for regular, and the elite units are in green for elite. That I know that's not supposed to make sense, but that's fine. And there will be 4. You notice there's already 4 dice. There will be 4 units as well, because this is a blitz-like scenario. The designer is like, we'll give you a little bit more of a chance to make sure you get what you need when you need it, since you only have 2 days and 2 nights. I don't know why I flipped that over, but you just need a regular unit. So we have thugs, we have illusionists, we have thugs, and we have Red Cape monks. And I will leave, honestly, the chances of me being able to recruit the Alta Mages is so small that it's actually to my disadvantage. I'm going to leave that on top, even though I know what it is. All right, let me get the first 2 things from the terrain deck. We have Countryside Tile number 1, and we have Countryside Tile number 8. Now, all rampaging or marauding enemies will be from the Elementalist faction. Over here we have an Elven Protector. Again, they have an attack of 3. They are fire resistant, and they have a shield 2. So since when we attack them, effectively their armor is a 6 as opposed to just a 4. They are only worth 2 fame, and then when you defeat them, we will also get 1 of the Elementalist faction tokens. All right. Now, instead of the pursuit mechanic, which again, as you saw in my Realm of the Dead videos, I had some trouble with that, but got it right in the end. That's all that matters. Oh, at least that's what I'm going to say. Is all that matters. This scenario, the Hidden Valley scenario, does not use the pursuit mechanic. It uses the ambush mechanic. Just like the pursuit mechanic does not apply to the invader set during setup, the ambush mechanic likewise does not apply to the enemy setup during setup in the Hidden Valley scenario as well. Some rules changes. When you are trying to do an exploring costs 3 times the normal amount. So in this case, since we will unlikely have anything to reduce the amount it costs us to explore, we will need 6 movement points to explore. However, we can use influence for the purpose of movement only when exploring. So it's 1 trick they give you. But another way to get tiles out is when you defeat an Elementalist token. Not only do you get 1 of the faction tokens, you can also put out a new map tile as if you explored. So it's really not that much of a hindrance to get there. The biggest problem I have found, one of the traps that this scenario sets up, is that sometimes you end up to trying to get to the Hidden Valley. There may or may not be a giant stream of lakes in front of it, or a string of lakes in front of it, which makes getting to it very hard. So if I see any kind of movement or spell that allows me to move and transport, that becomes immediately a target for what I'm going to want to pick up, to make sure I don't do everything else great and then get to the shores of the lake next to the Hidden Valley without any real way to get across to it, right? So that can be a real problem. All right, that is Arethia's deck, and also one of the reasons why if the Hidden Valley comes out first, it's a big advantage over if it comes out last, because again, the core tiles are more likely to have mountains and lakes and things that are going to get in your way and prevent you to cross where you want to cross. I did forget to put out this orc. It is a air griffin, I think. Let me get out my little chart of that. my friends, is a Cloud Griffin. It's like an Air Griffin. It's just, you know, a Cloud Griffin. Oh, we also need our ruins. Really, just messing everything up. All right, what do I want to do? I really don't like either of those enemies. I mean, the Elementals, some of the rampaging or marauding enemies for the Elementalist faction can be pretty nasty. All right, there's our ruins. Spend 1 mana of each color to get 10 fame. It's actually a little bit attractive in this scenario because getting up your fame quick enough that you have the necessary advanced actions and skills to really take on the High Priestess in this case is not always the easiest thing. So again, since we're a blitz-like scenario, we start with 1 fame and we start with +1 on the reputation track. And the last thing I need is I do need Krang's. Oh, I need his skill deck. And we need his round order token. Cool. So shuffle these up. I flipped. A couple of slipped. Take 2 of shuffling. Turn into solo playthroughs. Watch Greg knock some pieces of cardboard around. It's fun, I promise. All right. So where do I want to go as I'm looking at this board? It's not any real obvious place. I do think trying to go through this swamp is going to be rough. I mean, I could go here, try to kill the Cloud Griffin this way, but remember, he's got swiftness and block and an attack of force. That's going to be 8 points of block to block him. And if I try to beat him in the siege or range attack phase, it's going to cost me 8 attack points because of elusive. Right, so he's a little rough. I could try to come out this way. Defeat that guy. That will allow me to explore, get to this village, do any healing if I need to. I can also recruit the thugs when I'm there, which wouldn't be awful. So I have some chances. If I take a wound from here, that's not terrible because I'll be on a magical glade. So I do think this is probably my target as I look at this board. I do want to kill one of the Elementalist faction thingies. So I can, again, automatically explore without having to spend 6 points of movement. And I think it will just give me some more options, and I just won't have to get over to this Cloud Griffin, at least not at first. All right, so I'm going to draw out my starting hand. We got Crystallize, we have Determination, we have Stamina, we have Swiftness, we have Tranquility. I'm going to take... Oh, I got to get the tactics. All right, so here are the Dig tactics, and I'm going to take... I think planning makes some sense with what I want to do in this round. So, and hopefully I'll have Great Start available to me in the second and final day. So we will roll for Arethea. Arethea rolls a 1. Arethea is first, but she left Great Start for me because she's very, very considerate. And I appreciate that. Thank you, Arethea. So Arethea is going to peel off some cards. She gets a red, she gets a green, she gets a red. Of course she does. She has 2 reds in her inventory. We get a blue and a blue. Let me talk through the advanced action offer. We got Intimidate, we have Regeneration, we have Agility. And the spell offer, we have Demolish, we have Chill, and we have Whirlwind. Obviously, none of those are going to give us the kind of movement that I was talking about. So definitely something I am aware of. All right, I'm going to play Stamina for move 4. So I'm going to power that with a blue. And... I'm going to play Swiftness for move 2 and Determination. Let's get the move 7, get in here, and I think that way I'll be able to start with a gold. And, you know, Arethea already went through 5 of her cards. She only has 11 cards left, so I think it makes a little bit of sense to be a little aggressive with that Swiftness and that Crystallize, and let's see if we can't beat that that Elven Protector next turn. All right, so I roll. It's a black, really, really useful. So awesome. All right, so I'm going to draw to my hand limit, which is 5. 1, 2, 3. Planning triggers. It gives me a 6th. So I got some Savage Harvesting. We have Stamina. We have Rage, Concentration, Determination, and Tranquility. Remember, I just need to get up to 6 attack to defeat this dude, and that should be doable. All right. So Arethea's turn, it's a red, it's a green, it's a blue. No blue in our inventory, so we're good. My turn, I am going to get a gold mana because it is day and I'm starting on a magical glade. I'm going to attack the Elven Protector. And what am I going to do with him? He's attacking me with a 3. I'm just going to let him come in. I'm going to take 2 wounds. And then I'm going to power up concentration. I'm going to play rage. I get the stronger effect of rage +2 because of concentration. That's going to give me attack 6, and I needed every bit of that because remember the Elven Protectors have that 2 shield, so that would apply to themselves since I'm attacking them first. I'm going to get 2 fame. Oh, because again, blitz rules, because I went across the level, I get an extra fame, and then I'm going to get myself one of these Elementalist tokens. And additionally, I get +1 reputation because I'm defeating a rampaging enemy, not enemy. I don't know what an enemy is, an enemy. And because I defeated one of the Elementalist creatures, orcs, I get to explore. I get to put another mat tile out as if I explored. I mean, the idea is I'm weakening the magical hold over this land. So now I'm just, the rest of the land is becoming apparent. And what do we get? We get a village, we have a deep mine, we have a maze, and we have ourselves a keep. All right, so that will go face down. Before I do my end of turn sequence, I'm going to play Tranquility. That's going to give me heal 1. I ended my turn on the Magical Glade. I get to throw away a wound, and I will stop there. So, clean up my play area. I'm going to do my level up. So I'm looking at the top 2 things here. We have a couple of interesting options. We have Spirit Guides. Once a turn, move 1, and you may add +1 to a block of any type in the block phase. So that's a block done by a card, a block by a card played sideways, or a block done as part of the block value of a unit. Interesting. The alternative here is we can do what it is called the Curse. Once a turn, I either reduce 1 attack of an enemy by 1, or reduce armor of an enemy by 1 to a minimum of 1. Remember, that won't work against someone with arcane immunity, and I can't use it on a fortified enemy in the range and siege attack phase. So I think the extra movement makes some sense. So I'm going to take that, as much as I do like Curse, but it's a little bit more situational. Arethea skill coming out is going to be Burning Power. Once a turn, I can get Siege Attack 1 or Siege Fire Attack 1. I'm going to draw to my hand limit, which is 5. Planning triggers, that gives me 6. Rock on. Arethea, what are you doing? It's a white. It's a blue. It's a green. No green in her inventory, so she's slowed down a little bit, which is good. My turn, I do start with a gold because I am starting in a Magical Glade. I want to get, would be a good turn to get a bunch of crystals. Guess the question, do I just explore here, or we come up this way and then plan on taking care of that keep? I have that maze right there. I do have an influence. Oh, I could move in here, use the influence, and pick up the thugs. That might not be the worst idea, especially since I had that +1 block with the skill I took. So let's do this. I'm going to play Savage Harvest. Oh, I can try to get there too. Can I have enough movement? 4. Yes. Yes, I'm going to go to this. I'm going to go to this village and you'll see why. So move 4, and I'm going to power it with the gold. So I power with the gold, so I get move 4. Each time you move a space this turn, you may discard a card to gain a crystal of the same color. If you discard an artifact, you can choose the color. Cool. So that's move 4. I'm going to also play Stamina, and I'm going to use this. That gives me move 7. I remind you that I have already Reputation +1 because of the rules of the scenario, so I think this is going to work out perfectly. So with my move 7, I'm going to move 1 space. I'm going to discard a blue to get a blue crystal. I'm going to discard a white and move another space. I get a white crystal, and then I'm going to move, with my last 3 points of movement, move there, discard a red, and get a red crystal. And now that I'm in the village, as the action for the turn, I'm going to interact. I'm going to power Promise with the wife from the source, modified by the reputation. So influence 4 becomes an influence 5, and that's enough. Ooh, stupid. The thugs Remember the thugs, my +1 becomes a -1, so I'm actually going to need to get 6 to get them, which is fine. The white will stay there. I will just rest here, and I'll be able to recruit them next turn, which is perfect. That's great. I mean, I'd rather get a bunch of crystals and start at least building up my crystal bank a little bit. So not upset about that. All right. So basically, just a turn just to get 3 crystals. It's not a bad. It's not a bad way to go here. Oh, that's bananas. So yeah, I got Ruthless Coercion on here, Improvisation. I have tons and tons of influence. Fine. Planning can go away. Arethia's going to go. It's a red, it's a green, it's a white, 1 white crystal. Arethia's taking her time. My turn. I'm going to want to get 6. Oh, I can use influence for movement. That's nice. That's nice. All right. So in the movement phase of my turn, I'm going to spend this 2. So Ruthless Coercion, you may get a discount of 2 towards the cost of recruiting 1 unit. If you recruit that unit this turn, Reputation +1. I'm not recruiting. I'm using influence for movement. I'm going to use March and swiftness. So I spent 6 points of movement plus influence to explore. Right? So we put out this countryside tile. We got ourselves another town and another keep. And that's fine. That will go there. Now, as my action for this turn, I am going to Power Promise again. That's influence 4. This modifies to influence 5. Remember, my -1 means I'm going to actually need 6 to get the thugs. Great. Improvisation. That's 6. I got me some thugs. Done. And that will do. So I roll that. It's gold. I have no more cards. Arethia goes. She's going to declare end of round next turn, but I will beat her to it. You can't declare end of round, Arethia, because I'm doing it first. You can't fire me. I quit. Seems I don't fit in. Dude, it's, oh my gosh, if somebody knows a reference from that, I'd be so happy. Oh, that my childhood coming back in the weirdest of ways. Oh, you know what? I never took my advanced action for when I leveled up. Did take the skill. That's fine. It wouldn't have mattered. There's really nothing else I could have done here. Yeah, I'll take Intimidate. I mean, I would have ended up doing the same thing. I don't see how that would have helped let me go any faster just with how things were laid out. But that's fine. Sorry about that. I was like, I knew the deck. It's bananas. It felt light. Obviously, it was just 1 card light, but I'm like, I should have a little more cards in there. And it was just the one I just forgot to take on my level up. Arethia, well, this should be replenished. Arethia gets a white. Ooh, Dodge and Weave is a great card. We'll replenish that. Arethia is going to get another white crystal. So that's not ideal, giving her a white card and the white crystal. Obviously, you're just making it more likely that she's going to go through 5 cards a turn as opposed to 3 or 4. But, you know, we'll just have to just be aware of that and how I spend my own turns. All right, Tremor. Again, I don't love Tremor as much in the Shades of Tezla scenarios. You're not dealing with fortified sites. But they can, as much, but I mean, like, you're not sieging a fortified city, really, primarily, is what I meant to say, but it definitely, they can come in handy. All right. What is happening? We're putting out 4 new units. We have the Utum Swordsman. We have some Chalk Troops. We have some Guardian Columns. And we have some Peasants. Now, I do think what makes sense now is I come up here, we siege that keep, and then hopefully we can recruit a unit because we should be at another level by then, and then from there we can explore more, hopefully get a core tile on the board by the end of this round. All right, so I roll the dice. We have 2 reds, we have a white, and we have a green. I need to draw my opening hand, which is 5, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to take Preparation, and I'm going to get 1 card out of my deck. I'm going to take Ruthless Coercion. And then we're going to roll for Arethia's skill. It'll just help me recruit. Arethia rolls a 3. I should be able to keep that card around when I, including Siege I Keep, or the cards I have in my hand. But we'll see. So Arethia is first because she rolled a 3 and I am 5, which gives me sparing power for next round, which makes me happy. So we get a green, we got a red, we get a white. Of course, 2 more. It's a green and a white. So still 3 more whites in there. My turn. I'm going to power Savage Harvesting with the green. I'm going to move onto this maze. And while there, I can again throw away a card to get a crystal. I'm going to throw away this blue, and we're going to get a blue crystal right there, and we should have more than enough to take this dude out. All right, so I rolled a blue. These come over here. I'm going to draw to my hand limit. Yeah, I didn't pillage. I could have pillaged that village. It probably just wasn't worth it, and that will allow me to keep that +1. Although with Ruthless Conversion, I probably won't need it anyway, but we'll see. I draw it to my hand limit, which is 5. We have myself a Swiftness. Yeah, I don't think there's any good reason to go into that maze. Although I do the maze, I mean, it will help me get some fame. That's for sure. I just really don't love the spells. All right, that's fine. I will spend 4 movement to go into the maze. So when you're entering a maze, so I can choose 1 unit to go with me. I'm gonna choose the thugs. You pull a monster. Now notice it is not a rampaging enemy, so it is not a faction monster. It's just one of the regular monsters from the game. And I got myself, yikes, a gargoyle. They are physically resistant. Of course they are. So they are attacking me with a 5. I can use the thugs to block. I'll use this to give me +1 to the block, so that's block 4. And then I can use the rage to give me block 5. I don't really want to take those 3 wounds. And then I will, no, I guess I'm getting rid of Ruthless Coercion anyway. That's fine. I'm going to play Intimidate. That's going to be Influence. That's going to be Attack 7. And then I'm going to use Ruthless Coercion sideways to give me Attack 8. That will kill the gargoyles. Again, they are physically resistant, so I needed 8 points of attack to do it. So I did have to use all the cards in my hand. So not the ideal enemy for me there, but it's, you know, it will do. Anything other than that, I probably can. Still have Ruthless Coercion in my hand, but again, it is what it is. I'm going to get 4 fame. I go from 4 to 8. Since I jumped a level, I go to 9. I'm going to re-roll this die. It is a green. I lose 2 reputation because I used Intimidate. All these go away. And then I'm going to get my reward, which is going to be a spell. I will take Demolish. No. My problem is if I take Chill, I'm putting another red onto Arethia's thing, and I really don't want to do that. So it's just not a great card. I do level up, so that's taken care of. Fine, I'll take Demolish, and this will come down. And Meditation. Okay, I draw it to my hand limit. I'm really just taking Demolish to get it out of Arethia's deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to Arethia's turn. It is a blue. It is a red. It is a green. So that's good. My first turn I moved. My second turn I entered. So yeah, that makes total sense. No, my first turn I moved and entered. Right. So now I couldn't have. So I think I must have forgotten Arethia's third turn. Yeah, I had to because my first turn I just went here, and then my second turn I entered the maze. Yeah, that's fine. So this is going to be, and Arethia went first. So her first turn, I moved. Her second turn, and then this is going to be her third turn before my third turn. It's a blue, it's a red, it's a green. All right, that worked out well. My turn. I am going to Yikes. All right, I'm going to play Promise, and we use this skill for move 2. So I enter here. I'm sieging a fortified site, so I lose a reputation. The enemy is a Utem guardsman or swordsman. I forget which is which. They are only attacking with a 3, but they are doing 7. They have 7 armor, right? So the question is, how do I make sure I get to 7 armor? I can get to 7 pretty easily. All right, so they're attacking me with a 3. I'm not going to block them. I'm just taking the wound. Now, I'm going to play mana draw. I'm going to take the white. I'm going to take the red. I get 2 red crystals. Actually, there's an easier way to do this. Nope, easier way to do this. I'm just going to play Rage Power with the red, play Determination, that's attack 6, and then I will use Demolish Sideways for attack 7. That is much smarter, and then I get to keep mana draw in my hand because it could come in handy for sure. So this guy is dead. I get 3 fame, 1, 2, 3. My award is just I'm going to have an extra card draw, and I'll re-roll that, clean up my play area, and draw up to 5, and then because of the keep, I get to 6. Oh, Determination, Improvisation is nice. And I don't have a red. I can get a red though. Yeah, I should be able to recruit what I wanted to recruit anyway, and I'm probably looking at the swordsman. The golems are strong. I just always am drawn to the swordsman more. I just find them that attack 6 and coming huge, especially in a scenario like this, when it's like doing 16 points of damage in a turn is really the ultimate goal. So that was a red, that was a blue, that was a blue. So we're doing really well there. My turn, I'm going to play Tranquility to heal. My reputation is 0. I would need 6 to get the my reputation. I'm 0 on the reputation track. That's another way of putting it. I need to get to 6 to recruit the Utem Swordsman. That's fine. I'm going to play Mana Draw. I'm going to power with the white. I'm going to turn this other white into a red just to get 2 crystals. I'm only going to use the 1. I'm going to play Improvisation. I'm going to power with one of the white crystals for the stronger effect. And that gives me Influence 5, and Stamina gives me Influence 6, and I am now the proud owner of the Utem Swordsman. All right, so that's cool. Having some thugs, Utem Swordsman makes me happy. This goes back as per the terms on Mana Draw. I rolled that. That is also red. And now we just draw up to my hand limit, which is 5 plus the 1 because of the keep. So that is going to be 6. We'll see if I get enough movement to actually explore before the end of this turn. Now notice I just haven't, this goes off the board, in not killing any of the Elementalist faction tokens, I haven't been able to take advantage of that free explore that they offer, but we should be in a decent spot. So Arethea is going to go. Arethea, it's a white, and a white. She's going to declare end of round next turn. My turn, I'm going to spend concentration, play another card, get the stronger effect +2, so it gives me March +2. I'm going to explore. Now, I could put a tile here, or I can put a tile here. Doesn't really matter, I guess. So there's one more countryside tile, and then we will have a core tile for the subsequent rounds. These are both in the center. The edge of the world isn't fine. So if I put, again, you can put a countryside tile next to a tile as long as the tile you're putting it next to is also adjacent to 2 other tiles. So if I trying to think how I want to build out this board. Think the white city has like a lake. I think it'd be better if the white city went there if the top if the top core tile is there. Instead of here, so I'm going to put the countryside tile here with this move 6. We have ourselves our first what is it? Not rampaging. Well, it is rampaging, but it is the first enemy with ambush. Cool. So being a rampaging enemy will be a faction enemy. It is a centaur, and it will have one of my tokens on there to remind me that it has ambush. Now, what is ambush? So since I start my turn within 2 of that, right? If I move to another space that's also with 2 with it, it will attack me from where it is. So you have to be careful now with ambush and how you work your way around the board. Since I'm within 2, as soon as I move there, it's going to attack me. Just as if I was adjacent to it and like the normal provoke. So basically it just expands the range for your provoke, right? So that's pretty, it's not as game changing as ambush, as a pursuit from what I found, but it definitely can make a difference, right? So that's fine. I'm gonna roll that. Aretha does declare end of round. That's fine. I have no more cards, and I will shuffle up my deck. I'll put this over here. We don't have any core tiles on the board, so we will have 4 countryside tiles again. I'm sorry, 4 regular units again. We get some peasants. We get some shock troops. We get some magic familiars, and we get some northern monks. Haven't seen a monastery yet. The Aretha is going to get the green that was on the bottom. Still haven't. Oh, temporal portal. I don't think that's going to allow us to go into lakes. Flame wall comes out for the spell offer, and the new advanced action is Ice Shield. Again, nothing that's allowing us to get over lakes. Temporal portal. You can move 2 spaces to a real estate space instead of 1. Ooh. Yeah, that could be helpful. I think that's what I'm getting. As much as I love dodge and weave, I think until we know the placement of that, of the Hidden Valley, a card like that can make a huge difference. All right. Oh, we are about to start the second day, so we should actually make it day, right? Let's turn that. Roll those. 3 greens and a blue. 3 men and a baby. All right, and now we're going to draw opening hand, which is 5, +1 for the keep. Mana draw, promise, improvisation, crystallize, stamina, and determination. So not the worst. I'm gonna have to deal with that centaur at some point. I would prefer if I had a red. I can get a red. Yeah, I think that makes a little bit of sense. So I'm gonna take Great Start to draw 2 more cards. Swiftness and Rage. We're gonna roll for Aretha. She rolls a 6. That's beautiful. Those all are out. So I'm first. The Orc Shaman's in the lead. What are you gonna do now? I'm going to power crystallize with the blue from the source. Get myself a red. I'm going to use. Nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to power stamina with the blue from the source. I'm going to use crystallize sideways. Nope. I'm going to use promise sideways. And I'm going to use this to give me move 6, and that allows me to explore. We get a refugee camp in a desert. Oh, we get a dragon. Now, dragons don't, just like regular provocation, dragons will not attack with ambush across a wall. So that's not the worst placement. They also won't attack if there's a mountain, presumably because they can't see us, or a lake. I don't know why a dragon won't attack Crystal Lake, but that's fine. So we're pretty safe from having to worry about ambush for that guy, but it does mean that we're going to have to do some more exploring to get another tile out. Now, if I come here, again, it won't ambush me because it's behind the wall. And if I come here, then I'll just have to defeat that guy. And if I defeat the centaur, that will allow me to put another tile out as if I explored, right? So that will definitely save us some movement. I do want... The source isn't great, but I think it makes the more sense to end my turn, especially since I went first. I rolled a green, which is awesome. Which is fine. So I rolled a green. So we have 4 greens in the source. Arethia's first turn. It is a green. It is a blue. It is a white. 2 whites in inventory. So she's going to go through 5 cards on her first turn. My turn. I'm going to use Swiftness for the move 2. Now that provokes an attack from the Centaur because he has ambush. So the Centaur is attacking me with a 3. I'm going to play Improvisation and discard Crystallize. That's going to give me block 3. Oh, he's got Swiftness, because of course he does. I will power to turn. Oh, I need attack 5. Attack 5. Attack 3. That's attack 5. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to power Determination with a blue crystal from inventory. That gives me block 5 and mana draw sideways. So remember, the Centaur is attacking with a 3, but Swiftness means I need 6 points of block to block it. Now that it's blocked, so range phase came and went. Block phase, I used Determination for block 5 plus mana draw sideways, give me block 6, so that's fine. And then in the melee phase, I'm going to play Improvisation, discard Crystallize. That gives me attack 3, and then play Rage for its basic effect of a 2 attack, so that is attack 5. So a few things happen. I'm going to get 2 fame. That gives me 1 away from... Now, if during interaction, I could just throw this away, get an additional fame. That might be something to consider, but I have to be in a place where I'm doing interaction otherwise. So I get 2 fame. I get a faction token. I get... Ooh, that's nice. So this allows me to explore anywhere between 3 spaces. So that's going to basically allow me to get both of these out, which is really nice. So I'll see what's here, and then I could discard this during movement to put the other one out if it is not if the Hidden Valley is not there. So that's here, and now I get to put out a map tile as if I explored. It is the Green City. All right, so it is not the Hidden Valley. That is off the board, so I'll move those over. We're going to have to rearrange this a little bit, which is fine. Green City goes here. The Green City is a friendly city, so it has a shield for me and Arethia on there. So it means if I get adjacent to it, I will be able to draw an extra card. I won't be the city leader, so I don't get 2 cards, but I will get 1. And we're going to have to put a rampaging enemy. It is a priestess. She will not rampaging. No, is rampaging. She also has ambush. And we have another enemy with ambush that will be here. It's the other Centaur. So who's very pissed that I just killed his equestrian. Equestrian? I guess equestrian is a human. What's the horse? Equine? I don't know. Interesting questions. Who is the English Mage? All right, that's fine. So they have ambush. So if I go from here to here, the priestess will attack me. If I go around, that is one way to avoid being attacked. But I know that the Hidden Valley is going to be here, right? So because I can't put it here because that's the edge of the universe and this is a wedge map, so the core tile has to go there, and that is adjacent to 2 tiles, so that would be fine for me to put that there. I do have both of my units left, so and I did that on purpose, you know, in case I ran into a Draconum, but we'll see how this works out for me now, right? So here we go. I'm going to clean up my play area. I used all my cards. I draw up to 5, and then +1 gives it my keep. So I have March, we have Demolish, we have Intimidate, we have Ruthless Coercion, we have Concentration, and we have Tranquility. Oosh. Do not have my Swiftness for ranged attack, but I probably do want to kill her. Problem is she has 2 elemental attacks, so if she's resistant to both fire and ice, and whatever, both of her attacks are going to require a 6 block because they are her elemental resistance is pretty fierce. I mean, her elemental attacks are pretty fierce. So if I go here and I kill her, here, kill him, that might be, probably makes sense for me to back around and just avoid all of them. Centaur will be a lot easier to deal with. So Arethea goes, it's blue, it's white, it's blue, one more card. Well, I can take 2 wounds from her actually, it's not a big deal because I have Tranquility. That's fine. So I'm going to play March. I'm going to use my skill that gives me move 3. I'm going to move here. That is going to provoke an attack from the, I keep saying the priestess. I know the High Priestess is the one. I think she's also a priestess. Yeah, the Elemental Priestess. So she's attacking me. She's going to give me 2 wounds. 1 because of the fire attack 3. 1 because of the ice attack 3. Now I just need to do 4 damage. I will play... I'm not doing Ruthless Coercion. Anyways, I'm going to play Intimidate for attack 3 and Ruthless Coercion sideways for attack 4. That's physical attack. She's not physically resistant, so she's defeated. That gives me 3 fame. That gets me up to 17. Since I went up a level, I get to 18. I get a reputation bump because I defeated a rampaging enemy. And I get another thing. And I can put a tile out as if I just explored. So I actually don't even need this. I should have done this on my movement phase. So either way, I'm able to save that now for maybe I can use it for fame during interaction, or I can use it for influence. But I'm going to put this sucker out here. Now, I'm going to have to move this over. We're good. It's the White City, but it's not the White City. It's really the home of the High Priestess. We're going to get a faction dragon out. So it is a storm dragon. No, it's lightning dragon. So that again also has ambush. So again, it's one of the. So if I go here to here, it's going to attack me, right? So that's a little annoying. So I need to be careful about provoking that attack. And now because it's a level 4 High Priestess, we're going to have 2 orcs face up and a dragon face up, and that is the garrison with the High Priestess. So the names of these enemies are the Savage Dragon, the Elven Protector, and the Sprite. All right, so the garrison is the Elven Protectors, the Crystal Sprites, and then the Savage Dragon. Again, 2 of these have that defend mechanic, which can make this really hard. They'll go there. I'm going to put one of Arethea's shields on the level 4 to remind me where we're at. So that's going to be an interesting garrison. And now figuring out how I want to deal with that dragon. Because again, I go from here to here. That dragon is attacking me as it is. So one other thing I forgot. Oh, so at the end of defeating the priestess, I'm going to use a green from the source, because I haven't used one die from the source yet, to play Tranquility, and that's going to give me heal 2. So, oh, and the other weird nuance. So when this keep comes out, it is actually going to, instead of having the normal keep garrison, is going to have 2 of the marauding orcs from the Elementalist faction. So I'll put this one there. I ran out of the rest, so I reshuffle these, and I'll put another one there. So that is what's protecting that keep. Now, if I'm going to want to seize that keep. So ultimately, I'm looking at defeating these 2 enemies, that enemy, and that dragon before I even start sieging that keep. But again, if I sieging the seizing the hidden valley. I found the hidden valley that was long hidden. But so that's going to be a lot going on that I'm going to want to get done. Again, I've been saving my units for a reason, but it's going to be time to really start cashing in. Demolish might actually be really useful in that keep now that I think of it. The problem is if I move from here to here, that would provoke an attack with the ambush from that dragon, which is nuts. Then I have all 3 of these guys. Right, so I'm ultimately looking at going here to here to here. That's awesome. All right, Let's make it happen. So I'm going to roll this. That's red now. Got something that's not green. Oh, and when I say I almost forgot my level up. So my level up is I need to look at Krang's next 2 skills. We'll take this one. It's one of my favorite of Krang skills. I find it super useful. It is Battle Frenzy. I get +2 attack every turn, or I can flip it over to get +4, and then if I rest on a turn, it comes back and I have that whole thing available to me again. That's great. Arethia's new skill in here is I can use a wound card sideways for a +2, and now I get to get an advanced action. I think. So a temporal portal could be really helpful in this situation. So the temporal portal, you may move to an adjacent revealed safe space without provoking rampaging monsters. That also wouldn't provoke monsters with ambush. So it's a pretty nice mechanic there, but it has to be a safe space. Dodge and weave can be really helpful, but I'm just looking at the movement situation I'm in. I'm thinking temporal portal makes a little bit more sense, because then I can move here. I'll get the bonus from being next to the city, and then I can kind of I can defeat that guy and defeat the, take care of the keep as well. So that gets replenished with Swift Bolt. I'm going to draw up to my hand limit, which is just 5 now, because I'm no longer adjacent to my keep. 3, 4, 5. That will do. All right, Arethia. It's a red, it's a white, it's a green. That's a nice draw. My turn. I'm going to play Stamina. I'm going to use my skill for move 3. And then as my action for the turn, I'm going to play Terror. So I'm going to move here. Now again, I'm not provoking anyone from there. And then I'm going to, as my action for the turn, I may move to an adjacent revealed safe space without provoking rampaging monsters. I'm going to and even better, even whether I move or not, your hand limit is higher by 1 the next time I draw cards. So I'm going to move into the swamp, and again, it does not provoke the centaur, even though he has ambush, because it doesn't provoke based on temporal portal. That portal hid me from the view of that horseman, and that's all I care about. Since I'm adjacent to the keep, its garrison does reveal. Since it is day, we have another High Priestess and another Crystal Sprite. They are not rampaging or don't have ambush. So it's going to be defeat him, defeat them. Hopefully I can do that by the end of the round. And then next round, I'll have to figure out how I want to do all of that. All right. So I am adjacent to both the castle, and because of temporal portal, I can draw up the rest of my cards. I only have 5 cards left. I would have been able to draw up to 7. So obviously that's a little disappointing. So I could just, to save some time, I could move here. That would provoke this guy, and then I can just try to kill all 3 of them. That might make some sense. And I get to ignore site fortifications, which does make me happy. All right, Arethia. It is a blue. I mean, it's like a blue. It's a red. It's a green. It's a green. So Arethia's taking her time. I appreciate her courtesy. My turn. I am moving. It's 4 to get into that keep. Only range attack I can get is 5. This might be a little bit smarter. All right. So on my turn, my movement phase ends. I'm going to attack this centaur. I'm going to play concentration. I'm going to power swiftness. I get the stronger effect of swiftness +2. I have this. Yeah, so I don't have to worry about blocking him. That dude's dead. I get 2 fame, I get a reputation bump, and I get another faction token. Allows me to throw away a wound from my hand or my discard pile. That's fine. I can put out a new tile if I explore it. I have no more tiles in the terrain deck. I'm going to roll this. It's green again, because of course it is, and that's fine. We go to Arethia. 1, 2, and 3 red. She's going to declare end of round next turn. So we've had a nice long turn thanks to her draws. My turn, I'm going to play Savage Harvesting. Going to move 4. I enter the keep. Since I'm sieging a fortified site, I lose a reputation. And now we have all these clowns. I'm just going to need, I'm going to be able to play Demolish. So I'm not going to need that much attack to defeat them. So the question is, how much can I block, right? It's going to be minimum of 1. That's fine. So if I play Demolish, again, she has shield. The Crystal Sprite has shield. So if I block everything with Crystal Sprite, it's 1, but then shield's going to make it 2. Then that's going to interact weird. I mean, ultimately, worst case scenario, I'm only going to need 5 points of damage to defeat both of them. So, right. I'm going to have to take 2 wounds from the Priestess because there's no way I'm blocking either of those. I don't really want to wound the Utham Swordsman. I'm going to, I have this over here too. Yeah, we're good. So I'm going to block the Crystal Sprite. So the Crystal Sprite's coming with a ice attack. So since a physical block is going to be inefficient, so that's going to be block 2 is going to block one of the attacks. I'm going to use the Thugs to block the other one. And then I'm going to play Demolish. I'm going to power that. I don't even need to play Demolish. Right, so that's just 4. She was fully blocked, so that's going to be... So I need 6 points of damage total to defeat both of them. I'll use the Utham Swordsman, and I will flip this. That's 6 points of damage. Again, so it's the 4 from the High Priestess, plus the 1 from the Crystal Sprite. It would have been 2 with Elusive, but I blocked both of her attacks, or its attacks, so it actually was down to 1, but then the shield does come in. Again, they're both elementally, have a bunch of elemental resistances. These are all physical attacks, so that's fine. So both of these guys are dead. It is going to be 4 fames. It gets me to 20 to 24. I went up a level, so that goes to 25. I'll take a new command token before I forget. I get 2 new thingamajigs. 2 new faction tokens, and I am now the proud owner of a 2nd keep, which means my hand limit will be 2 higher next turn. Now remember, I am now within 2 of that dragon, and that dragon is ambushed, so if I move there or I move here, it would want to join the fray, and that's a little bit unfortunate. As a healing effect after the battle of the keep, I'm going to play Healing Herbs. Heal 1 or throw away wound card from your... so I get to heal 1, which I'll just do that. So I'm going to put that away and get myself heal 1, and that's going to be the end of the round. Bam. Bam. Erethia declares end of round. That's fine. These 2 are toast my ghost. So my hand limit is going to be, I'm starting with 8 cards in my hand, which isn't bad. I don't love the idea of throwing another dragon into the mix, but I think that's just how that's going to play out. And we have these 2 skills. Hopefully I'll be able to recruit something. Remember, I can start discarding those guys to get influence 3. So if I get a strong keep unit, that will really help with where things are at. Great. Put this here. We get a new white to Arethia's deck, a new green to Arethia's inventory. So minimum Arethia is pulling 4 cards around. Half the time it'll be 4, half will be 5. If we're doing perfect odds, we have Fireball. That's not bad. And we have Swift Bolt here, but we're unlikely to be getting more advanced actions. Anyway, we're going to clean this up. We're going to get an elite unit at the top, as we already knew, was the Alta Mages. Give me something I can recruit in a keep. Nope. Ooh, that's a crossbowman. Not the ideal card, but it's something I can take. That's better than nothing. These 3, I mean, Utham Swordsman, Utham Crossbowman, and some Thugs would not be a bad trio to go into this with, for sure. All right, we're going to flip this. Going to roll. We get 2 whites, a gold, and a green. That's totally legit. I'm drawing 8 cards. Ruthless Coercion, Promise. I think I should have lost a reputation at some point. Yeah, I'm using Intimidate at some point. I'm pretty sure I didn't lose that reputation. So that's about right where I should be. Temporal Portal, March, my wound, Savage Harvesting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and Determination. I am going to take all of these tokens off the board. I mean, there's definitely some question as to whether I should just kill this dragon instead of having that get hung up in the rest of that mess, because that ambush is bad. But it's that 14 attack is Definitely not even close to something I have. I'm going to take Sparing Power. I'm going to roll for... It doesn't matter. Arethia is definitely going first, because she's not getting higher than a 6. So Arethia's first turn. It is a red. It is a red. It is a blue. 1 card. Arethia has 15 cards left in her deck. So that's correct. My turn. I'm Sparing Power. I'm going to recruit the Utum Crossbowman. My thing is at a 0. I'm going to play Ruthless Coercion and Promise. That gives me Influence 4. Ruthless Coercion allows me to recruit a unit for 2 less. At the end of my turn, I lose 1 reputation. That's fine. So now I have those 3 guys like I wanted to. End of my turn, I will... That was my action. I will drop... I draw Temporal Portal. Ooh. Temporal Portal wouldn't be crazy because I'm going to draw 1 higher. I'll drop March because I think that makes some sense. So again, I draw up to 8. That's 5, 6, 7, and 8. Concentration, mana draw, rage. Some decent cards. I think I just go in and I just have all the dragons attack me at once. Arethia, it's a green, it's a green, it's a green. 1 more. So Arethia still has 11 cards. My turn. Sparing Power triggers. I'm going to use Temporal Portal as my action. Again, it does not provoke an attack. I am there, and that is going to allow me to draw up to 1 more next turn. I'm tempted to spend the blue. Yeah, I will spend the blue. I get to draw up. I get to draw up to 2 more next turn, and I think I go for it. All right, so that's my action. I spent the blue. I'm going to draw up to 8, so that's 7, 8, and then 2 more because of Temporal Portal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. Arethia. It's blue. It's blue. It's red. 2 more. So she's gone through 13 cards, has 6 left. So we know we'll have multiple turns left. That could make a difference. I'm going to get rid of... Yeah, I think we just try to do it this turn. I'm going to get rid of Sparing Power, Tranquility, and Rage. I'm going to play Tranquility to draw 1. Improvisation. I'm going to move 2 to go into the hidden valley. I'm going to discard Crystallize as I go in to get a blue crystal. So what do we got? So we got the sprites. We have the Savage Dragon. We have the Elven Protector, and because of ambush, we also have this Lightning Dragon. And the faction leader, the High Priestess herself, is attacking me with a 2 fire attacks 4. The only person with Arcane Immune is the Savage Dragon. So with the way these enemies work, I can attack... If I attack the sprite first, it's defended by the Elven Protectors thing. And if I kill the sprite, then I don't have to worry about the sprite's defense, right? Well, it might make more sense. I attack the Elven Protector, and then the Elven Protector would only have a defense of a 5. Right, so basically you can apply these defend abilities in any order you want. And if you defeat an enemy who had a defend ability before their defend ability is applied, as long as you're applying it, otherwise applying it correct, then you had ignored that. All right, I think no matter what, it makes sense to use Determination to defend 5 because this Savage Dragon does have brutal, so that'd be a lot of wounds. Now if I don't have Reputation, I could just try to apply that to the thugs, but that would be a little bit rough. All right, I think this makes some sense. I'm going to play concentration. So we're still in the range attack phase. So I got a little ahead of myself in the block. So we're in the range and siege attack phase. I'm playing concentration, using it with the green from the source. I'm going to power swiftness, so I get the stronger effect +2, so it's range attack 5. The Elven Protectors have 4 armor, and they're going to have to be defended by the 1 from the Crystal Sprites. Elven Protectors are dead, so the defend 2 of the Elven Protectors is now no longer an issue. Right? I'm going to play mana draw, power it with the white, and I'm going to get a die from the source. I'm going to use this red, and I'm going to get 2 red mana. So now I actually have 1 red crystal and 2 red mana to do with as I please. Remember, Demolish isn't that great because it's not going to work against the faction leader anyway, because the faction leader has arcane immunity. So I probably should have actually just dumped it at some point. The question is, how do I get can I get the 14 attack or 16 attack? I mean, reality is I can get the 13, 14. I can get the 16 attack without even using my units. So then, and I've already applied the defend 1 from the Crystal Sprite. So the reality is, can I just survive? Can I do this without getting knocked out, and then I'll have the 16 attack I need for the Elven Priest or the High Priestess? I think I can. So if I block nothing, I can assign both of those there. None of these are fire attacks. So I blocked the. So we did all the defeat. Everything I'm going to do in the range attack phase is already done. So now we go to the block phase. So the one thing I didn't, so I got the Tome of Releasing on my turn when not in combat. I could have swapped one of my skills. Oh, this gives me an enhanced block. That probably would have made a little bit of sense, but that's fine. It's too late for that. Reality is I can take all of these. Even better. Great, so I'm going to use the Uthran Crossbowman's range attack 2. So I'm not, before I get to the block phase, I'm going to use the Uthran Crossbowman's range attack 2 to defeat the Sprite. Again, the Sprite has elusive, so it does have armor 2. And I've already applied its defend to the Elven Protector, so I do not need, they've not enhanced beyond that. So that range attack 2 defeats the Crystal Sprite. Now, we go to the block phase. A determination to block the Savage Dragon. 4, 10. I would need 12 points of block to block the Lightning Dragon. That's not happening. I'm taking those 2 wounds. I will do blocks. I mean, this is so ridiculous. I will do block 6 and wound the Uthram Guardsman, and then block 3. That block 8 will block 1 of the High Priestess's attacks. The other one I will just assign to the Uthram Crossbowman. So I basically just took 2 wounds just from the Lightning Dragon, and now we get to the melee phase, and I'm going to I'm going to power improvisation, discard demolish. So that's attack 5. I'm going to use a red mana on rage. That's attack 9. I'm going to use another red mana on rage. That's attack 13. And then I'm going to flip my skill. That gives me attack 16. And then I still have swiftness, but can't do anything with it. So we're good. I have defeated all 4 levels of the Elemental Priestess. The High Priestess, I have found your valley, and I have destroyed you. And the Council of the Void are going to be thrilled when they hear the Orc Shaman save the day. So she's 100% dead. This dragon just going to go back to its little dragon home because I did not defeat it. Its ambush ability, it doesn't end there. It just goes back there. It was added to the garrison and then goes away. This dragon, because it lived in a hidden valley and it now knows who the new boss is, that will just disappear. I'm going to get my reward. It's 12 fame because it's from defeating the priestess, so it's 3 for every level. And then I have another 1, 2, 3, so 15 fame. So it gets me to 25 to 40. I went up a level, so 41. I get 2 of these tokens. Lo and behold, Krang stands as king of the hill, or king of the valley, I should say. But yeah, like it gets, the defend makes this a little bit mathy. I think I do like Realm of the Dead a little bit better than this scenario. There's just a little bit There's a lot going on, and again, if you're not careful, you do end up in these places where it's like you just have this row. If say these came out in a different order, and we just had that, and then you're here. It's like, well, good luck getting into that hidden valley, right? That definitely happened to me a couple of times in getting ready for this playthrough. But ambush again isn't as game changing as pursuit, but it is something you have to track and keep in mind. It's like, oh shoot, if I enter that, he's gonna enter. He's gonna go with. He's gonna attack me. That temporal portal worked really well to allow me to kind of move around, get the extra cards I needed. I mean, you look, I had 10 cards in my hand in that last round, 6 plus the 2 because I had 2 keeps, plus the 2 because of temporal portal. And just having those 10 cards, I mean, I literally have 1 non-wound card left in my hand at the end of all of that, all those shenanigans. Happy to get this on the channel. We have one, and I mean one and only one scenario left from the Shades of Tezla, and it is 1 day, 1 night. It is a quick one, and it looks fun and hard. In a nice little challenge, you basically just have to defeat 2 dragons in that first day. It's definitely not something I've it looks a little weird. There are things you can do to level up going into the game if you so choose. I will determine if that's something I want to do after I give it a couple of run throughs. But I hope people are really enjoying the Shades of Tezla. Again, it's one of those challenges, one of the extra content in the box that I just basically ignored and did not play with for a very, very long time. And this channel really, inspired me to take a look at it, and really happy that I did. But there's so much more to do with this game. Again, as I've said it a few times, and I'll say it again, looking forward to trying the Betrayal, I think, once we're done with this, and do want to, obviously we'll get some more solo conquest, and we'll play around in this Blitz world a little bit more in the next few months and beyond. You want to see the schedule, go to my Patreon page. You can see what's coming up, see what you might want to make sure that you watch when it comes out. And question, comments, epiphanies, please put them in the comment section below. I appreciate all your support, and I'm sure there's a rule that I got wrong with the Hidden Valley, and all y'all are so awesome. I was so it really does make me I love the fact that people take these videos so seriously and help me out and pointing out rules that was a rule that I had wrong in the realm of the dead. So I'm sure that'll not be the last time. Definitely wasn't the first, and I really do appreciate the fact that community that's building up over this game, and the way we can talk strategy and anything you would have done differently. Just always let me know. I love engaging in the comments section of these videos. And that is it. So until next time, happy gaming.